I'm much bigger than him, and that's why I overpowered him.
What I'm saying is not a
You're
good
getting
comp
into
because
height and
Vic
weight
Beasley,
semantics. You're killing me with
because
that.
Vic Beasley, just because he has a similar like thing where he just had one. See, that's the thing. Brian
He's
Burns
an
is not a similar
undersized
comp.
edge rusher that's a one-trick pony that didn't develop
Brian
the
Burns
other
is
set of skills
six
that
five,
make
two
you a
hundred thirty
complete pass
pounds. It's
rusher.
not undersized. Vic Beasley's undersized because he's 6'2", 240 pounds. He's built like a defensive end, a shorter defensive end.
I would
That's
rather
it's
be
not a good
six
comparison
two,
for me.
240. That's my exact point. Do you know why I beat a guy that had two professional guys, one that was on the semifinals, whose name was Amir Khalil, okay,
But
who was
that's
on the
MMA, not football.
semifinals of the UFC show Ultimate Fighter, was in his corner. He had a UFC Hall of Famer, Jeremy Horn, who trained him. He was undefeated. Do you know why I beat him? And do you know what Jeremy Horn and Amir told me why I beat him? Because I was way more powerful than him. My 150 pounds or 158 pounds after I was able to put back on weight at 5'8" compared to his 143 pounds at 6'3" made me a more powerful, durable, stronger, harder to kill human being than him. So him being 6'5" in the same weight is a detriment to him, not a plus, because he's stretched out and thinner, therefore less powerful. I was so much more powerful than my opponent, and so is Vic Beasley. So the fact that he's 3 inches taller and around the same weight is why I comp him. And I'm telling you, that is a bad thing. It makes you lanky. And when you're thin and lanky and tall, you're much weaker than somebody at the same weight who is 3 or 4 inches stronger. You become compacted, more powerful, bulky, more durable. I mean, it's basic freaking mass transition thing here, man. It's science, dude, and just physics.
One's MMA, one's football, man. It's completely
Oh
different.
God.
That's why
Do you know
it's a
that's
bad
hand fighting at
comparison.
the end
Vic
of the
Beasley and
day?
Brian Burns
Edge
are
rushing,
two
edge
different
rushing is
players.
hand fighting. Do you know where they get their hand fighting techniques from? Martial arts. Stop it.
But still, body types
Linemen
in that fact
wrestle.
are not the
Roman
same.
Greco wrestle in the
But they're
trenches.
still not the same body type.
It's the same body type. But
No,
he's
because
actually
it's
better than
not.
the other.
Brian Burns has a ton of bend coming around the corner with speed. Vic Beasley has
Okay,
power.
we're in a
Two different
rabbit hole.
comparisons.
Move on. I'm not even talking
It's
about the
just too
game
different.
anymore.
Well, yeah, because it's not a good comparison.
It's perfect, but move on. I'm trying to
No,
eat a damn thing here.
you can eat all you want. I know it's not a good comparison. Because if you want Burns, you need a long and lean guy. That's the way you got to look at someone. Oh, also too, I just was the rule came up from um the rule regulation came up from the referee, and they asked him what did he see to make him throw those flags, and the rule states if it's a repeat in the same play of a of an aggravated action towards an area which is the head and neck, and Flowers had his hand. People don't realize this. He had his hand touching the neck of David Bakhtiari, tucked inside the shoulder pad, and he was jerking the shoulder pad, meaning he was hitting Bakhtiari's neck. It's a penalty by NFL rule. It's the penalty. So, folks, you can blow that out of the water. Of it's these are calls that shouldn't have been called. Booger McFarland, eat your crow, buddy. Quiet. You're annoying. One of the worst announcers, worse than Jason Witten last year. Good God. The rules literally state a re-aggravated assault and a re-aggravated action in the same play towards an area which is the head and neck. It is a hands to the face.
Booger McFarland's just a terrible announcer. It doesn't matter who he's talking about.
The
It
only
doesn't. Every
reason he
time I
got
turn
that
on
butthurt
Monday
because
Night
he used to be a
Football, I wish I
defensive
had a
tackle
different
or defensive
option for
end.
announcers. He's terrible.
Well, maybe we should start learning Spanish. But no, but that's my point is I think he stuck up for Flowers because of the fact that he used to be a defensive lineman. It's his soft spot. So I think that's why he shouldn't be called that, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, he was all over Detroit's nuts. I don't get why anything that boasted the Packers, he would downgrade it whenever he was talking about it. Every single time.
Because he picked the Lions to win.
I don't care what he picked. Maybe he should pick some turtle wax for that bald ass head of his to put some sense in it. Yeah, right here. Here's the rule. It says in the pool report interview, referee Cleet Blakeman said prolonged and forceful and re-aggravated action contact to the head or neck area creates illegal use of the hands foul. Trey Flowers flagged twice for the infraction in the fourth quarter. And then he comes back and says, oh man, tweet moved up on me. And then it comes back and says, Flowers said, well, I was doing that basically the whole game, and they flagged me for those two times. Isn't that like telling on yourself?
Sort of.
I mean, Flowers literally came out and said he was doing that the whole game. Well, at that time, they're going to pay attention anything close to Rodgers. Bakhtiari was right behind Rodgers on both plays. Guess what? Guess what, folks?
Well, let's see. The referees missed a blatant chop to the back of Rodgers' neck. They missed a helmet to helmet on a sack, which it doesn't matter how
defensive
forcible it is. That's
yeah. Snacks Harrison
passer.
hit helmet to helmet on Rodgers all day long on that.
And let's be clear, Booger McFarland. I don't give a shit if the guy is trying to intercept the ball at all. He knocked Geronimo Allison out with his helmet hitting him in the chin area. I don't care what he was doing. We are talking about player safety, you moron. And we all have had to move on past the fact we don't like this. So the fact that you're on live air after all these years of all of us fans having to move on from all these big hits, trying to talk about that's not a penalty because he didn't mean to hit him in the head. He knocked him out cold. Out cold. It's a penalty.
Yeah,
get over it. Shut the hell up.
People kept saying, "Oh, he didn't lead with his head." Yeah, but that's why Geronimo Allison was out, and on top of that, they literally had to wake him back up. That's how out he was. Also, too, I don't know how they missed this. Akawara for Detroit literally shoved Aaron Jones to the ground in the middle of the route. It even showed it. He just pushed him down and then walked off and shrugged his shoulders. He was even expecting a flag. Nothing. That was one of the things that amazed me the most.
The referees tonight were terrible. The referees overall, other than a few crews, are terrible. Period. Across the league.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Lions fans are handling this nicely. Missed at Hale Rogers 12 showed some of his direct messages he's getting. Listen to this. One guy said, I hope you have a beautiful daughter with a wife, and she dies of leukemia at the age of 6, and you have to watch your 6-year-old daughter as she gets buried into the ground. Are you kidding me?
Are we really going to read this kind of crap on air? For real?
All I'm saying right there.
Can people grow the hell up? Like, I get upset and my wife yells
over
at me because
a game.
I cuss at the TV, but I'm never tweeting out garbage like that or getting to that level. Let's be clear. Come on. Grow the hell up, people.
That's just disgusting, guys. Like, to cross into those boundaries. Come on, this is a game. Like, yeah, Jay and I go ahead. We're amped up. We love this. When we lose, we're pissed. But guess what? We will never send direct messages.
I talk about cutting players. Cutting them. Which is essentially firing them, which isn't the nicest thing in the world. Let's be real. I'll be clear. Like, I realize that. But that's not even in the same realm here. Grow up, people.
Yeah, that's just bad. I can't believe people are going to that extent. That's what's killing me. That's amazing to me, Jay. But anyways, going to it. Did you have any top players and top three players, top three bad players for the game?
Oh, well, I'll start with the bad, just to get it out of the way. And I'm going to say it again. And people are they're going to try to say, well, he had some. Look, just because you have a couple of good plays that they highlight and talk about the whole game doesn't mean that I didn't remember all the crap that you did out there.
Yeah.
Lancaster, again. Fackrell, again.
He had half sack tonight.
Again. Sullivan outside of nickel corner at safety, trash. Geronimo Allison, for the 100th time, he's a good kid. He makes some plays, but they can do better. They can do better. That's all I'm saying. Is he's nothing special, and when you need him most, he screws. He screws it. He shits the bed, fumbles, drops a third down you need, falls. It's every time. And so we'll get over that because I'm not going to spend any more time on that or spend enough time on negative.
Yeah.
The Smith brothers, Zadarius and Preston Smith. Overall, the defense as a unit. Well, no, I want to say this. Blake Martinez was a stud tonight. He was a stud.
Sideline to sideline tackling tonight. He saved a screen pass that would have converted a first down.
He did his job, and I don't want to hear about every player has plays where they don't do well. That's part of football. Overall, he did a great job. And his line didn't do a lot to help him early in the game. Let's be clear about that. And he still was making plays. So, the Smith brothers, I don't know if you can expect to ever get a return on investment like you're getting out of those two game after game, down after down. When it's third down and more than 5 yards, you almost can guarantee that if not one or both of them are meeting at the quarterback for either a sack or they're making him get rid of the ball where he doesn't want to. It's just a breath of fresh air, Dave. And I'll let you take it from there.
Preston Smith, 7 sacks for the season in 6 games. Zadarius Smith, 6 sacks in 6 games. That's 13 sacks combined already. Oh, yeah, and you also got to count the pressures, and there was a ton tonight. Man, the return investment, you got to go mention Amos on that, man. Shut down Hawkinson tonight. He was all over some run defense, too. All 3 of those guys, and everyone says, you overpaid on all of them. No. Didn't overpay at all. I don't care if their salaries go up next year. Look where they're putting us now. Imagine them second year in the system next year, Jay. It's going to be even better.
Oh, and you'll have Jair in year 3. You'll have Savage year 2. Jackson will more than likely be developed or gone. I mean, and I think he's actually shown honestly, do you know what bothers me? Is that I have to see 2 guys that are previous undrafted free agents, right? Play safety when I have seen Jackson actually show the ability to do it much better, and he's a second-round pick. That's starting to drive me nuts a little bit.
Yeah.
It really is, especially when I see those guys not being able to do their job at a requisite pace that I believe that Jackson is more than capable and has shown to do. And again, he's a young player, but so are these other guys, and so they're both going to make mistakes. I would rather see the mistakes being made by a former second-round pick so he can get a chance to develop and you get an actual return on an investment you made than these dipshits doing it where you look at them and you go, well, yeah, when they make mistakes, they just need to be cut because you don't have anything into them. When I have a second-round pick make those mistakes, it's a coachable moment in an investment I made. Period.
You know who I was kind of surprised by that I didn't see tonight at safety, which I really wanted to, was Jackson. I really was hoping they were going to put him and try him out again at safety. Huh?
I was literally just saying that. Josh Jackson?
Well, no, I know you were saying it, but I just wanted to harp on it a little more. I was just really surprised by it.
I thought for a minute you just tuned me out or watched.
Nope, I was listening to you. Yeah, as a second round pick, like you said, it's just frustrating to see because, I mean, we know the talent's there. We saw it last year. He had as much passes defended as Jerry Alexander last year in his rookie year. So I don't see why he shouldn't get the chances. Maybe they were just trying Chandon Sullivan out tonight to see what he can do, and it failed the test, in my opinion. That first quarter kind of showed, and you notice they kind of took him out of there. Shannon Sullivan